Hello and welcome to Trendz, and a very warm welcome to 2016. It's a brand new year and we look forward to bringing you more of the very best in the world of arts and entertainment. This is our very first show for the new year and we're glad you could join us. We hope that you all had a fabulous festive season and that 2016 brings with it not only the fortitude to stick to those New Year's resolutions, but also... If theatre is your thing, well then, last year, Trendz attended a production at the Market Theatre which turned out to be a real crowd puller. Titled Black and Blue and written by Shamini Brooks, the production returned to Johannesburg after an 11-year absence. This intriguing piece was performed by Thandwa Khani and Sylvain Strike.
A play that highlights a story of love, loss, hope and trauma. Performed in a detailed and sensitive style, it really touches on every emotion. This play is one of South Africa's acclaimed theatrical productions. On the story we see Mrs. Swart, who is so paranoid about little things like life beyond the four walls of a blue house and stifling in the blue fog of a grave. Sylvain, who plays Mrs. Swart on the story, tells us more about her paranoia.
I think that one has to put into context when the play is set, which is a time when actually it hasn't changed much. People fear the outsider and letting someone new into their homes. Black and Blue is set in a time that is universal, I suppose, but it is very much a time in South Africa because of the radio that's playing and that, where we're quite conscious of an apartheid era. And this woman who has just suffered a terrible loss experiences trauma and she locks herself up in her house. So she's hesitant of letting anyone in, not just Jackson.
Above all, the story is based on past experiences that most South Africans had to endure, and especially the relationship between the master and the servant.
What's your name?
Oh, Jackson.
Jackson.
Yes, Jackson.
And then, this was the arrival of Jackson, Sipoiboy, played by Thandwa Khani, seeking work as a gardener in her abandoned garden.
I've never encountered this style before. It's a style that's slightly foreign to me, and it's that whole clowning world where you're working with beats and very specific beats, and there's not much dialogue, but everything's said through the body. I'm a text-based actor. I've become one, but not anymore. I've sort of like started enjoying this world. So yeah, this is all new to me in the beginning, and now it's a world where I find myself living in and loving and probably will take forth into my next role and utilize all the lessons that I've learned here and use them in the next role, just regardless of the style of that one, because it's so crucial, all the lessons I've learned in this particular style.
Black and Blue is really all about showcasing unity, love and trust regardless of your color. We could learn one thing or two from this colorful piece. The show has been running consecutively since its inception in 2004 and received major reviews from different audiences. What a beautiful love story from Thandwa and Sylvain. A story that showcases love, hope, and also tells us about the relationships that used to happen between the master and the servant during the apartheid era. And this is Black and Blue, as the story also tells it. I am Olutuma Bovula, and this was at the Market Theatre.
We have Zano and T-Way in studio to perform an acoustic version of one of our favorite tunes from his album. The track is called Oceans Apart. Take it away.
I go by the name Zano, and of course I got T by my side. I'm gonna do an amazing song for you called Oceans Apart, available on my album Colors of My Soul. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Are you ready? Let's go. feel you near, all alone, and yet your presence is here. Whoa. And I just cannot explain it. They say love is overrated. I guess they've never loved hard enough, and never miss someone like I miss you.
When I close my eyes,
When I close my eyes,
pray the Lord
I pray, I pray.
though the oceans are apart, our heart beats close to yours.
When I close my eyes,
When I close my eyes tonight, pray the Lord
I pray,
though the oceans are apart, our heart beats close to yours.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You always in my heart, angel. You're in my dreams, my thoughts. You're everywhere, everywhere. Words may not explain, but believe in what we share.
what we share.
Fate or destiny, your soul was made for me.
Neo soul house musician Zano released his debut album Colors of My Soul in October last year. The album credits the layabouts African roots, Uhuru, and amazing vocalists such as Tiwe and Ayanda Gia. We are joined by him in studio to hear about Colors of My Soul and his future endeavors in the music industry. Welcome. So tell me, have you been behind the scenes for many, many years?
Yeah, I've been behind the scenes for a good 10 years. Started out in the music industry in 2005 as a songwriter and music producer. I was still studying in school. I was still doing my diploma in jazz and popular music. And I think I was in my second year at the time when I started working in the music industry. And that's all I wanted to be, actually. I didn't want to be on stage. Well, not that I didn't want to be, but I didn't have the aspirations to be a solo artist, you know. I just wanted to write songs for other artists, produce for other artists, and just make other people stars, man.
So how did the shift come about from being behind the scenes to basically on stage?
How the shift came about was because we were working so much in studio, and you know, like a lot of times we struggled with vocalists. So I started being the vocalist on the songs that I'd write and produce for other artists or for DJs, you know, because I mean at the time there was a big culture with DJs starting to get into doing original South African house music songs. That was, I mean, the days of DJs at work, before with DJ Christos and Willie Da Vinci, the Rough Gum when he was starting to come in the country. And Black Coffee called me up one day, it was 2005, actually 2004, he was finishing his degree in music. I was in my first year and he's like, no, look, I've been given this opportunity to pitch a song to DJ Christos and I need a vocalist. And I think it's just from that moment on that people started hearing my voice, and then all of a sudden there was a demand, you know, getting featured by producers, getting featured by other DJs, and fast track to 2016, we're here now.
Okay, can you tell us a bit more about Colors of My Soul? What is it? What is your favorite on the track?
Wow, man, Colors of My Soul, I call it my baby. I call it my news. Because I spent so much time working on it, man. I spent close to like 18 months working on it, chopping and changing, coming up with different concepts for the album. And really what I wanted to showcase with the album is, hence I call it Colors of My Soul. I wanted to showcase the different shades of the human experience, the different shades of love, and the different shades of me as a person, you know. I truly believe that yourself, you wake up on a Monday and you feel blue, on a Tuesday you feel golden, Wednesday you feel orange, you know. So we all have different colors depending on the mind state, depending on where you are, you know, as a human being. And I'm quite an old school kind of musician, I would like to believe, because I waited for so long to do a solo project, because I believe that if you're going to do an album, then you better have something to say. And I mean, that's why, like, right now we have Colors of My Soul. I got the Leah Barton, I got Uhuru, I got a guy called Mr. Lou from PE, I've got Say LSG, I got Tiwe, Ayanda Chia, Nathan Adams from the UK, so yeah.
Well, just to I'm not sorry to cut short there, but I want to know, what are your plans for 2016 coming up now? 2016
will be a year where a lot of people in the country are going to see me. We're starting to get a lot of bookings, you know, in other African countries, like Angola, like Kenya, Nigeria, Malawi, and we just want to tour, man, you know. I really have this passion of events, of tours, and I really want people to hear the album the way that I would like for them to hear it, with a live band, set, lights, stage, beautiful, crisp sound, just to give people a very great experience. And I think 2016, I'll spend my year on that.
Great. Thank you so much, Zano. We wish you all the very best for the future.
Thank you so much.
International house songstress Monique Bingham has been a trailblazing musician for over 20 years. She has released a double-disc album to celebrate her journey in the industry. The 26-track album is jam-packed with all her favorite hits. We managed to catch up with her and Black Coffee at the video shoot for her latest track, Deep in the Bottom, which was shot in Illof Street in Johannesburg. Let's take a look.
Monique Bingham is one of the most acclaimed house artists that always come to South Africa and feel right at home. Her latest song from the double album she has released in celebration of being a house musician in the industry for 20 years, titled Deep in the Bottom of Africa, is one where she gets to unpack the experiences of issues that evoke deep emotions within her when it comes to Africa.
The song itself is Deep in the Bottom of Africa. I've been coming here now to Mzansi for the last 4 years. So happy and grateful, and just the way that everyone's put their arms around me, and the way that this territory loves house music. If you've been doing house, this is where you got to be. This is where you're going to feel the real energy. So that song was about that, about deep house and how you get deep in the bottom of Africa, and also there's so many interesting and parallels with the U.S., but so many interesting cultural and you know, your race politics, just your government politics, your social politics, your music politics, everything. This song is embodying everything that I've experienced here that's always really profound. I've seen so many experiences that have just affected me deeply. I wanted to put it into a song. You know, it's a party song, but it has a serious message. That basically, down here, there are real issues here, like there are everywhere in the world, but there are real specific issues here. But you guys have this way of of taking that and still, with the music and with the culture of just making a social life out of social death, which is one of the lines in the song. South Africa, in the last 20 years, it boggles my mind the amount of change that has happened here. Some people would say it's stagnant. For me, I'm like, this is a metamorphosis. I can't believe that I'm coming here. You know, so many other artists come here and we're just partying and we're just hanging out. You guys have, it's been 2 minutes since apartheid ended. It's amazing to me, the progress that I've seen. And yeah, there's way more to go, but I'm amazed when I come here.
I've been wanting to work for the longest time, and I think from both sides, you know, we've always knew that it's gonna happen when the time is right, you know, and this is it, you know, and we are so proud of the response on the song. You know, it's a very powerful song. The lyrics are like on point in terms of what's even happening right now in the country, you know. So for a while, I mean, we've been sending music back and forth, different ideas, and I would work and then send it back to her, you know, and then she'll re-record and, you know, kept improving. This is a very special record. Also, I mean, for the first time on her own record, she played bass, like a live bass guitar, you know, which is, people don't even know she plays bass, you know. So it's a very special record, not just for her, but for me as well.
This long-awaited collaboration took time to master, going back and forth from the two artists, until the masterpiece was complete and had an extra touch where Monique added her live instrumental sounds to the song.
He's the king of South African house, he is, and it kind of, you know, I had the people on my list that I wanted to tick off. I'm getting on in years, and the things I just want to get done, you know, and he was definitely one of those people that I really wanted to work with. We've been talking for years, and this song was just perfect. You know, I have the king of South African house and of the continent, I think. I have him. I wanted to make a song that actually had some real substance, and I wanted to do a video that showed people him.
I would never take that, you know. It comes with a lot of responsibility in the music scene. You know, if you ask me, am I a contributor in the house music scene, I'll say yes, any day. If you're gonna ask me, am I a legend, I'm not gonna take that. You know, it's way too big. Maybe one day I'll get to that status, you know. But I come in house music as a fan before anything else, you know. I'm a fan of house music. I love house music, and I love listening to it more than anything.
From the soulful sounds such as her first single, Get Another Plan, produced in 1995 by François K, and Abstract Truth is what topped her on the international charts. Not only that, but We Had a Thing and many other of her songs remain all-time favorites in South Africa.
One song that I recorded in 1990, I wrote it in 96, We Had a Thing. Still, when I go and perform it here, like, people who probably just born around that time are singing the words back. That blows my mind, you know. And I think it's just a testament to how much house music matters here. So for any house artist to come here and to be embraced is wonderful. And after all this time, for people to still dig my music is a blessing.
This highly addictive song is an inclusion to Bingham's Best of the Lost 1995 to 2015 anthology album. The 26-track double disc album also features songs with Abstract Truth, Ralph Gum, and Louis Vega.
This record is, you know, it's 20 years, so it's a compilation of singles that I've been doing for all this time. I have 4 new songs on it, and Chime Music is another South African producer that I worked with who is brilliant. He's miles ahead. I just heard him. I had never heard his name before, heard the record, Train to London. I was like, I gotta get that guy. I don't know who he is to get him. So this record is really about the house records that I've made. This is the best of the last 20 years. I'm going to be doing this for at least another 20, so there's all kinds of music in my head, and I've recorded tons of music. House is kind of just the stuff that's been released and resonated. I have big plans for the future, so there's all types of music that I'll be looking at and looking into for sure.
Let's take a look at the official video for Deep in the Bottom.
I used to feel like everywhere on the same.
yourself, cause you will need time. Wrap it in your mind, cause you'll never be the same again. Oh, go Negro, go find yourself. Go kneel down, go kiss that ground, cause nothing's gonna really change. Wish it gets deep in the bottom. My love is stronger than pride. Bati auna style, bati auna luta babe, auna mali, udasama pula babe. Noma mina nawe singahlala efubweni babe, manginawe, that is enough for me. But sisewanele thiwe, mina ngithi it's still okay. Don't worry baby, my love is stronger than pride. But sisewanele thiwe, mina ngithi it's still okay. Don't worry baby, my love is stronger than pride. Bathawuyazifana ngoba unalutho babe, uchitha usuku lonke udesa amabanana babe. Vele mina nawe singamathena olimi babe, kuphela manginawe, that is all I need. But sisewanele thiwe, mina ngithi it's still okay. Don't worry baby, my love is stronger than pride. But sisewanele thiwe, mina ngithi it's still okay. It's still okay. Don't worry baby, my love is stronger than pride. My love is stronger than pride. My love is stronger than pride. Sewanele.
The Johannesburg Art Gallery marks its centenary this year with an art exhibition of both local and international artists who are currently showcasing their work. The exhibition will run until the end of February.
The 100-year-old building, designed by colonial-era architect Sir Edwin Laytons, houses the largest art collection in Africa, combining international with African and traditional with contemporary works, and mixing sculptures and paintings with tapestries, etchings, and photography and multimedia works.
Well, I mean, we are showing portions of all our different collections. So from traditional art to historical art to contemporary art. So we are trying to show a selection. We can only show about 10% of the entire collection. So we're trying to give everyone a snippet of the larger collection as it stands.
This is a massive treasure trove, amounting to over 9,000 works of art, so large that only about 1/10 of it is on display in the gallery's 15 exhibition halls and sculpture gardens at any one point.
We had a great turnout for the opening event. I don't think I've seen this gallery ever that full before. And I mean, it's a record attendance. We had 1,700 people here that night, so that was incredible.
The celebration is seen as an opportunity to inject much needed energy and positivity into the art gallery space itself. What a perfect time to pursue that.
I can't wait to see what 2016 has in the way of record-breaking anythings. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. While you were away on vacation, you might have felt the need to share your experiences with others. Well, why not start a blog? If you're unsure about how it works, well, take a look at this success story.
Hi everyone, I'm Tebogo. I'm a blogger, South African blogger. You can find my blog at theaveragesouthafrican.com. I blog about all things food, lifestyle, music and poetry. I love traveling South Africa, so I always make time to try and document all my travels and all the beautiful restaurants I eat out at. 1.5 years ago, I decided to create a blog so I can start documenting my memories, my travels, all the restaurants I go eat out at, and then what turned into just a blog for myself, a diary. It became something bigger, and everybody started asking me, where should we go eat out, where should we go travel, which hotels should we visit. Then I realized, well, every time I travel, every time I go out, I need to document it, blog it and share it with the world. So a lot of my readers come from South Africa. The majority of my readers are South African, and then from all over the world, so America, Nigeria, Ghana, the UK. I find that the second biggest community after the South Africans is from America. And a lot of them do travel to South Africa, so they use my blog as almost a travel guide. Most of my overseas readers I find are ignorant about South Africa. Most of the comments I get on the blog would usually be like, wow, I never knew South Africa was that beautiful. Or wow, do you guys really have such restaurants that make such wonderful food? And I find that really ignorant, but they are starting to learn that, okay, because I try and always showcase the beauty versus all the bad that they see in the media, it's something different and it's a great experience for them. It's not that expensive to eat in certain areas. So for example, a lot of people, it is perceived that to eat out in Camps Bay is very expensive, but it's not. There are a lot of restaurants in Camps Bay that are very trendy. And once you go in, you'll find that you can have a meal for up to 150 Rand. And same thing with Johannesburg. It's trendy places like Parkhurst, Greenside. Certain people tend to feel that it's too expensive or I can't go eat there. It's not that expensive. On average, you can spend, like I said, 150 Rand on one meal. I always say to a lot of people that come and speak to me or ask me on my blog, so I do give a lot of tips. The number one thing in blogging, if you want to be successful, is always be consistent. It is hard to find a lot of content, but if you're consistent all the time, so if you decide I want to blog once a week or twice a week and just stick to that rhythm, then eventually your blog will start growing.
It has been an exciting and busy year for the band Mikasa, having toured around the country and around the world, as well as dropping a new album. Trendz caught up with them on the final leg of the South African tour at Carnival City in Johannesburg right after an epic performance, to get some insight and reflect on the year that has been 2015.
Good morning to the world out there.
These streets, where it all began almost 5 years ago. Today they tour South Africa and the world with the sound people have come to know and love. Ending off the year with their Dare to Love concert in the major South African cities.
The other shows in comparison to Joburg, they were all really great, man. Every single show was amazing. We started off in Cape Town, Carnival City, Grand West, sorry. It was amazing, amazing show. Cape Town so good to us. And then we went to Bloemfontein. Bloemfontein was also packed, and PE was amazing. Durban was crazy. We had 2 shows in Durban, also back-to-back sold-out shows. And then today, I think, was just such an awesome way to end it off, man. It's so nice to see, you know, a venue like this with its capacity full to the brim and just people having a good time. We're so humbled by this.
Oh, I want it and I need it, girl. Chocolate, chocolate, chocolate.
2015 saw the release of a new album for the urban jazz band, and along with it, a few highs and lows.
It's been an interesting year, man. 2015 has been a year of, I think, extremes for us. I think we had, amazing moments. I mean, the international tour was one of them, 12 shows around the world, 12 different cities. 11 of them were sold out. It was incredible. We launched the album Home Sweet Home, which is obviously such an integral part of a career of a musician, So it's nice. It's been nice to see the reception that people have had. We've also had really tough times as well, Moti's dad passing away, he was an inspiration to all of us. So it's been a good year. There's nothing wrong with going through tough times. It shapes you.
We've watched these guys grow from strength to strength in this music industry. It's only natural that we'll expect a whole lot more from them come the new year.
2016 is you know, we in that type of space now where, and it even reflects in the album, you know, to go home and say, home sweet home. It's a very, I wouldn't say relaxed place, but it's a place where we feel a lot of comfort, because I think what we've done over the last 5 years is build a really good fan base and a home. You know, we bought a house, you know, 5 years ago, and what we've developed now is a home. And I think that we've got our people, we've got our sound, we've got our vibe. And 2016 is going to be a year where we're done trying to prove a point that we are more than one hit wonder. I don't even know how many hits we've had on radio, man. And it's not about the awards, it's not about the hype anymore. It's just about putting on good shows, man. Putting on good shows and putting out good music with great lyrical content, with amazing instruments and production.
Now known as African Roots, the group has released 2 singles titled Say Yes and Komorago that are now on the top of the House African music charts. We are joined by them today in studio to tell us more about their music journey and being part of Black Motion. Welcome, guys. Let me start with the most obvious question. Exactly what and who is Black Motion? I mean, African Roots, sorry.
Well, African Roots is a group of 5 guys who met sometime during life, you know, along when life went on. We met during doing the same thing. We were all in love with music, and then at some point we just decided that, you know what, I think we can make this work. Let's just do something together. So right now it's 5 of us. It's me, Mercedes, J-Sex, Mr. Maspila over there, Moscow, and Kenneth. So basically we're just making Afro house. I can't call it Afro house, but then I think we're trying to create a genre called African Roots, you see, because we want the name to live on, not just us, the members, you see.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you, Kenneth, what makes your sound so special or so different, really?
Because of we fuse traditional sounds with Western sound and trying to work with various artists, so it makes us unique. Hence, my colleague just said we are bringing a new genre, which is called African Roots. So it's here to stay. Yeah.
Okay, so just one more question that I have for you. When you say you're fusing traditional music, what kind of traditional music are you fusing?
It depends. Anything traditional, we can fuse it. Anything. So we don't go for a specific tradition. Anything, then we can fuse it.
Okay, brilliant, great. That's all we have for you today on Trendz, guys. But do remember to stay safe on the roads this year, and we'll see you for the rest of 2016 as the group plays out with the track. Thank you so much.
Sweka kadi kolo itaruna Kori VIP Usena karuna Kamo we get a better coffee Karuna Every day Pela uno pasa Kamo le manava complena Kawena Mabusa Awuna Kamo di enta miki kolo Kawena Osa reki komura Osta nyuku komora Osta pasa komora Osta ijeli komora Assembly komora Okinyela komora Osta nyuku komora Komura komora Blitzman komora Sueña, sueña, bacha, barona. Wala pisas, out yourself. Kamo, fasa, fasa, bana, barona. Osa, reki, komora. Osna, motu, komora. Osna, gugu, komora. Osa, ideli, komora. Please, man, komora. Asonli, komora. Osa, reki, komora. Osa, fasa, komora. Ah, man, please, komora. Sacro, sweet, komora.